This just in. It looks like Argentine players might face a massive ban from world football. Yes, you heard that right. The stars who played in the World Cup could find themselves banned from the pitch for a very long time. And I mean a really long time, because severe radical punishments are finally coming down. It all stems from a refusal to accept defeat, violent behavior on the pitch, and those toxic attitudes everyone has been talking about lately. Both the president of FIFA, Gianni Infantino, as well as the president of UEFA, Alexander Ceferin, have made strong statements, and Premier League executives are speaking out too. Stick around because this news is going to leave you absolutely speechless. Let us start with the Premier League. We all know it is the league hosting the most Argentine players in Europe, and it was also the one dragged deepest into controversies during this World Cup. Look, I am not just making this up. There is plenty of hard evidence out there. Physical clashes and vicious insults directed by Argentine players toward English footballers, those highly offensive political banners targeting England, along with a total lack of respect shown toward the national anthem and the flag. It really is no coincidence that the Premier League finally decided to step up and make the bold move to push these players out. You are probably wondering what we mean by pushing them out? Well, we mean that quite literally. The English media has reported that several clubs have already made the final decision to completely remove Argentine players from their squads. But as always, there is a catch. If they apologize, the clubs might just overlook what they did. It is as simple as that. Well, maybe it is not that simple for the Argentines, especially when you consider that humility is the one thing they seem to lack. In fact, not a single player has apologized yet, and many of them are already actively searching for a new club to join, just like Cuti Romero, the star Tottenham defender, or actually make that former Tottenham player because he recently went ahead and signed a deal with Atletico Madrid. Many would call this a step up in his career, but financially it is a huge downgrade. He had to accept a massive salary cut just to sign, and this was not even the club he wanted. He actually had other big-name suitors like Inter Milan, Manchester City, or even Barcelona, but those potential deals collapsed because they simply did not want him anymore. You might say Atletico Madrid is still a great team, and that is true, but they basically had to rescue him. Nobody else wanted anything to do with him, and he coincidentally ended up at the one European club hosting the most Argentine players. The manager of Atletico is none other than Cholo Simeone, and his nationality is Argentine. Ever since he took charge of the team, the club has done nothing but sign his fellow countrymen. Seriously, with no exaggeration at all, no matter how bad a player is, if he is Argentine, Cholo Simeone will sign him right now. Now let us talk about the case of Enzo Fernandez. Before the World Cup, literally everyone wanted him, including Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Paris Saint-Germain. But after the tournament, absolutely nobody wants him, and that is clearly due to his terrible attitude. He is easily the most controversial player from the entire World Cup, and off the pitch, he has also shown complete disrespect toward his own club on several different occasions. He openly mocked his French teammates and repeatedly refused to play key matches while demanding a massive pay raise. And that is despite already being one of the absolute highest paid football players in England. Enzo had already told Chelsea that he wanted to leave, and the club's board told him that if any offer came in, they would gladly accept it. The main issue now is that nobody wants to sign him, literally nobody. Real Madrid has publicly announced they have no intention of signing him, stating they do not want players like that in their squad. And this is not just my opinion, every sports outlet is reporting it. Just take a look at these news reports highlighting the situation. So why are we seeing so many reports claiming multiple top clubs are chasing Enzo Fernandez? This is obviously a strategic move by his agent and inner circle, filtering out fake news to boost his damaged public image. It is a common strategy that many professional players use, but it seems this trick is not going to work for Enzo. Not a single official offer has arrived, even though Enzo reportedly assured the board that Manchester City would buy him, and the club simply told him to bring them the offer and they would accept it. Otherwise, they said he will sit on the bench all season or get sent out on loan to a second division team. This is the massive bombshell currently shaking up all of Argentina. Karma has finally caught up with Enzo Fernandez, and there are many more cases just like his. Take Julian Alvarez, who has repeatedly shown disrespect toward Atletico Madrid, the very club that supported him so much. Julian Alvarez desperately wants to move to Barcelona, but the official offer is not coming. Then we also have the case of Dibu Martinez, the starting Aston Villa goalkeeper, who has absolutely not stopped talking about leaving for a giant club. Last year, he practically said his goodbyes to the club, claiming he needed to make the big jump. He claimed Juventus was going to sign him, but absolutely nothing happened. It was all just empty talk. Even so, Aston Villa handled the situation with class and let him keep playing, but this time they have finally had enough and told him to go look for another club too. We could soon see these Argentines playing in the second division. Will it actually happen? We will have to wait and see. Now let us turn our attention to Alexander Ceferin, the president of UEFA, because the series